Welcome back to the Out of Bounds podcast. I am Gavin Williams alongside
Charlie Calieri.
And we have playoffs. I know we just talked about it last week, a little sprinkle of playoffs, but we're officially in playoff mode, especially in the NHL. But, we're still waiting for the last two play-in games for tonight. But we had to get this out because playoffs start tomorrow.
Yep.
And, yeah, I want to see your overall thoughts, how you're feeling.
I just want to start off by shout out to Mike Vaccaro for our last episode. If you have not listened to that, it was a great conversation.
My dad said the best episode yet.
I got some of that as well. I had some of my aunts were listening to that. They were texting me. They thought my Nana comment about how she picked the Yankees over the Dodgers was a good conversation topic. So go listen to that if you haven't listened to that. But yeah, today we're going to get into the playoffs for both the NBA and NHL. But for some of our listeners' sake who do not like basketball as much as hockey, we're going to respect you. Big respect moment right here. Shout out to Scotty Williams. We will be talking about the Stanley Cup playoffs first and foremost here today. And let's start on the western side of the bracket.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'll get into it, but this is the most excited I've been for a Stanley Cup playoffs in a while.
I wonder why.
In a while.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why too. But let's start on the western side with the best team in the league taking on the worst playoff team we have seen in a while. This would be the biggest upset in the playoffs in a while. It's Colorado, the first seed in the Central Division, the first seed overall. The NHL, the President's Trophy winners versus the LA Kings, the wild card 2 in the West. It's probably going to be a Colorado sweep, if I had to guess. We're going to be going through the bracket.
Yeah, I would go Colorado sweep. I'm not even going to give LA a game.
Oof, yeah.
I sometimes I'm very generous to give a game because I'm like, okay, I kind of feel bad. Like, you made it to the playoffs. Not in this scenario. This is not the point where Colorado would even think about letting
And anything
one
can happen, Stanley Cup playoffs.
This is true.
But this kind of team in Colorado doesn't happen very often.
They're
elite. And I will say, and I'm sure you can agree, the other 7 series are going to be the most competitive, some of the most competitive first-round hockey you'll ever see. So very excited for the other ones, but this one, not going to be great.
And you know what? I'll take 7 if I can get one good one. I'll take one bad one if I get 7 good ones.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
If we chalk this one and the rest are good, that's all that really matters.
And I guess in a good way, good for the Kings that they don't have to face the Oilers for the 5th year in a row.
That would have been crazy.
And they almost did. It came down to last night with between the Ducks, the Oilers, and the Kings all playing. Ended up working out probably how most people expected it, but we will get into that in a little bit. Let's stay in the Central Division, though, with the matchup that's been known for about a month now. So these teams have got to be good scouts against each other, good scouting reports against each other, good game plans, and it's Dallas and Minnesota, the 2 green teams that are in the playoffs. What are your thoughts about this series?
We were talking about this a couple months ago. I can't remember the last time we talked, but I had to choose between these 2 teams. Because you asked me, since the Rangers were eliminated, who I was going to root for. It was between these 2 teams. So I will say, first and foremost, I'm still rocking with the Dallas Stars here. I think they get it done in 7. I think this goes the distance. But I will say, if Minnesota comes out of this one, I will be rooting for Minnesota from here on out. So whoever comes out of this series, I'm rooting for. But let's go Stars. Jamie Benn, shout out. Luke Strasburger, Dallas region. I like this. I think there's another series I'm looking forward to, but this is probably my number 1 series I'm gonna look forward to.
I think outside of the one that I am most excited for, wow, I'm just getting chills thinking about it, man. This is the one that I'm most excited to watch. I love because I don't honestly I watch not a ton of hockey, but I watch a really decent amount of hockey. I watch probably a few games every week, but it's mostly Eastern Conference. I don't usually stay up because I'm watching Western Conference basketball. So I switch from Eastern Conference hockey to Western Conference basketball every night.
Here you got your hands full.
Yeah, I know. So it's like I don't usually watch the West team, so I take advantage of that in the playoffs, and I go all in on the Western Conference. So this is a series I'm really excited to dive in and watch because 2 of the best crowds, 2 of the best teams, and it's going to be an electric series. So
pumped for that one.
Yeah, pumped for that one for sure. Vegas versus Utah, which is kind of a close. If you really think about it, they're close to each other. Those two
I didn't
teams.
think about that until I saw the bracket, and then geographically it
they're
really
very
works
close.
out.
Apparently, there's a lot of people that are from Utah that live in Vegas now, and vice versa. You do not think those two places are?
No, I mean
the cultures are very different.
Very.
When you're going to both those places, which is another just cool aspect of the series. Two of the newer teams in the league. Utah, obviously their first year as the Mammoth, now getting into the playoffs.
pretty electric.
Really cool, really electric. As the first wild card in that tough Central Division. I mean, they were kind of the first wild card
That
for
was
a while.
crazy division this year.
Yeah, those teams were amazing.
Yeah.
But I think Utah has a decent shot in this series. I don't think Vegas is all that great this year.
Yeah.
Obviously, they have Eichel, they have Marner, they have the top tier guys, but Utah has got some momentum here. I don't know. What do you think?
This is gonna sound crazy and biased, but I gotta roll with my favorite head coach ever in NHL history. I'm a big John Tortorella guy. Torts is my guy. He'll forever be my guy.
That's
He's
fair.
the man who made me fall in love with hockey. So with Torts going 7-0-1 with the Knights to finish out the year, I think that's pretty sweet. I think that they're hot at the right time. So I'm gonna give them the upper hand, but I think they win in 6 here. I think
Give Utah a few games.
I'm gonna give Utah a few games, and it's gonna suck for that Utah crowd to see him lose on home ice on Game 6.
It is crazy to think about somebody who's like, this is literally the Arizona Coyotes.
It's
like
wild.
This is literally. I mean, it's not, but like
it feels like two different.
This
like,
is literally the Arizona
entities.
Coyotes 2 years later making the play, like full out making the playoffs. Like they were not like just sneaking in.
Yeah, they weren't like an expansion
team. They were in
team.
it for a little bit, and then now, I mean, it's incredible. So,
I love how they turn things around there.
Yeah, shout out to Utah. I like that a new team is entering this route.
Yeah.
I mean, Seattle was good for that 1 year. Now they're kind of back, but maybe they can get back. And it's cool to see a different team in the mix. I'm going to be rooting for Utah.
Yeah, no, I'm not
in this
surprised
little
there
part of the bracket. I think right here. So
it's your least favorite team in the Western Conference.
It is. So
will that change after Eichel
go
leaves?
Mammoth? No, it's.
No, it'll just stay that way.
No, I mean right now it's because of him. Maybe if something ends up happening, another team can enter that realm.
That's true.
You know, like you're not an LA Kings fan. You know.
No, I'm not.
So.
No, I am not.
Maybe something along those lines could one day. I'm not saying one day, but potentially. And let's just move on to the next series. Edmonton Anaheim, which is a orange team matchup. This is a pretty cool one right here.
I didn't think about it like that.
I really like this series. It's a young, energetic team, Anaheim, going up against the team in Edmonton, who's been in the conference finals, been in the Stanley Cup finals, Game 7, 1 game away from going back to back. 2 games away from going back to back. Sorry.
Yeah.
The flip the script on Florida there, but didn't get it done both times. Connor McDavid's hungry, still hungry. Leon Draisaitl's still hungry.
They're gonna get the playoff beards going.
Yep. McDavid after losing the gold medal as well.
I didn't think about that.
It's been a tough year for Connor McDavid. It's been a tough few years for Connor McDavid. He's been second for a lot.
He just won the Did he win the Hart yesterday? Or
well, he's won individual awards, but the team awards. I mean, I feel like at this point he doesn't care about. He won the Conn Smythe the 1 year they lost the final.
No, I know that. Yeah.
Players. He might have won the whatever the points one is.
I think it was.
But McKinnon also. I don't know. McKinnon might have been up there too.
Him and McKinnon both won awards. I saw that. I just can't find where I saw it though.
This series is going to be great. I think that it's two teams that. I don't know. I've seen a lot of comments from both these teams saying that they play kind of similarly somehow. I haven't watched much of the Western Conference, so I can't really attribute much to that. But I expect a lot of goals in this series, and I expect a lot of flying around. So this will be a fun one to watch if you're up late.
Yeah, this one's gonna be definitely late.
These are gonna be the late games because these two teams tend to play pretty late.
But you know what's the best part? What can be from this series? And okay, like. Age restrictions only if you're 21 plus, just inbound. But you know what? This is a great game to watch at a bar when you're with your boys. Like you're out on a Saturday night and that game's on. Yeah, like
there's gonna be goals.
You got some beers going.
Out there. People are gonna be rooting against McDavid because he's McDavid.
Yeah.
People are gonna be rooting for Anaheim because they got some cool sweaters they're wearing. Cool logo too.
Yeah.
And that duck pond. When they're in the duck pond, it's gonna be pretty electric.
I'm really excited for this series though, especially I have, guys on Anaheim that, trying to carry the torch over.
Yeah.
But
you do. A few of them, yeah.
So
and that's got to be a team you're got to be rooting for a little bit.
I am, yeah. But then again, I want to see McDavid get a cup. I just don't want to see a Canadian team get a cup. But I do want to see McDavid himself get a cup before he retires. I'm not saying he's retiring.
No.
I know. He's not.
I would love.
I want to see McDavid raise one up.
I would just like. I'm not like one of these guys. I love loyalty in sport. I mean, just in general, but like just in sports with players, with players in sports. Like I love when players in the NBA now find a pride in staying with the organization. You see that now, and players in the NHL. That's been a thing.
Yeah.
McDavid, he's been an Oiler his whole career. He's gotten to the top with them, and he's been so close, and you've seen it. Now it maybe something in his mind is saying, if we couldn't get it done then, when are we going to do it? Maybe I need to leave. I want to see a world maybe where McDavid goes somewhere else.
That would be nuts.
Like Wayne Gretzky did.
That's true.
And I just want to know where that would be. That's really it. Like, I don't really want him to
leave
Edmonton, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't want him to leave Edmonton. Just like how you don't want a Canadian team to win the cup, kind of.
Yeah.
But I do want to see him win. But I just want to, I guess, rub the crystal ball and see if that universe exists, what jersey he's wearing.
Yeah.
Like that. I guess that's just my curiosity. Like, does he go and play with a Utah somehow?
Yeah.
Or like I don't know. That's just something interesting in my mind to see where players like that will fall, because or a guy like Draisaitl, is he on the move and he's somewhere else?
He wants to be the number one option somewhere.
Right. Like these are all questions, because if this is the NBA, Draisaitl's probably gone.
He's gone
years ago.
Yeah.
Like
probably 4 years ago.
Yeah. But that's just not hockey.
No.
It's not hockey.
Actually, you know what? Let's leave it up to listeners listening right now.
Yeah.
Leave it in the comments right now. Which team would that be for McDavid if this crystal ball scenario were to be true?
Where can you see Connor McDavid playing in maybe, let's say, 2 years?
Yeah.
They don't get it done this year, next year. And he's maybe, I think he's only got
one last stretch
left on his contract. Maybe he gets traded next deadline. Oilers are down. Where's McDavid getting traded to? Let's hear it.
That's question of the day right there.
Question of the day. Let's move on to the Eastern Conference right now.
Yeah, let's go for
in a
it.
matchup that I honestly, this is the next matchup I think I'm most excited for, only because of the rivalry.
It's crazy.
And I remember watching these series in the mid 2010s. The skill of the Penguins versus the grit of the Flyers, and it's back.
Yeah,
it's back. Both these teams. The Battle of Pennsylvania. Those two teams, those colors. It's literally both. They both have black, but then you got the yellow versus the orange.
Orange, yeah.
It's incredible.
It's a good one.
I wouldn't say there's nothing like it in hockey, because there is, but it's one of the most intense rivalries, and I'm very excited to see it renewed in the playoffs. And it's a Metro matchup, which you're pretty familiar with it.
I am very familiar with. This is what I was gonna say before the podcast, but Charlie was like, "Yo, we gotta click record for talking about this."
We were just talking, so we gotta get the content out.
I said I would have preferred to see Washington instead of Philly here. I heard it on, shout out to Part of My Take, heard it on this morning. Having one last Ovechkin Crosby series would have been really, really cool. One nice little hoorah, just to wrap it up. But
he's not done yet, though.
No, I know.
He said that. He said
I know.
He's not totally sure if he's done yet.
But this might have been the last shot.
Yeah.
Of having that playoff series.
Yep.
But for the sense of rivalry, and I still think it kind of is like the same vibe, but just Philly's younger.
Yeah.
I just think that
I agree.
Pittsburgh's more mature and what they are. But I'm really excited for this one, because I think this is the one that can. I said it was gonna be Dallas, Minnesota, and this was the other one I was gonna point at, because I think when you're gonna watch this one, it's gonna be a little bit different. There's not gonna be as many goals. There's gonna be a lot more hits. There's gonna be a lot more physical aspects of hockey, and that's exciting to watch.
I'm excited. Yeah.
So, like, in my dream scenario, we are in, I don't know, next Saturday. It's Game 6 or whatever it would be then, and we sit in Philly, and then the other one's in Minnesota.
Yep.
And both are in Game 6. We start out at 7:30. We enjoy our time, and then we go out, and then we're at hometown, shout out hometown, HT.
Bar and Grill, yeah.
And then we finish our night watching that. That would be the legendary lineup for one night, if you were to ask me.
That'd be great.
For this playoff bracket. Not of all-time playoff brackets. Just to clarify.
Playoff brackets, we're throwing in some series there, but that could be a
never know.
That could be something. Let's move up on the bracket right here. We're going up that way.
This is a weird one.
Carolina versus Ottawa. It is a weird one because it's not the same division.
Yeah. That's where it gets weird for me.
It is weird.
Because now that I wish it was 1-8.
Ottawa's now in the Metro bracket.
Yeah.
So they're kind of over there, and I think it helps them a lot. They get out of that beast of the Atlantic. bracket that we will be talking about. That section of the bracket is what I am most overall excited for.
Yeah.
And nervous for. But I think whoever comes out of this Carolina-Ottawa series, and I think Ottawa's going to give them a really good run for their money, is going to go to the conference final.
I agree with that statement.
Ottawa's a big team, a big, strong team. Like the Sabres are a big team in a maybe a little bit of a faster team, but Ottawa's going to get you on the glass right there and knock it down. And I hate them, but I'll give them those props. And I think that's where Carolina might struggle a little bit in the later parts of the series, especially if it's 2-2. Going back to Carolina, I think that's where it's going to be in Ottawa's favor, actually, which is a little, twisted to say when you have 2 out of 3 for the number 1 seed. But I think if Carolina doesn't get an upper hand on Ottawa quickly, I think the end of the series is where Ottawa's really going to, I don't know, just overtake them with their physicality, basically.
Okay.
I think.
So where they slow the game down.
I think they're going to take control of the games in the later parts of the series.
Okay.
It's not like they don't have experience. They were in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
I know it didn't, go exactly, how they wanted. Everybody says that how they wanted to, whatever. But this year, I mean, they are in a worse spot technically. They're in the wild card too. But I think they're in a better spot in the bracket, even though they're playing the best team. It's kind of a weird situation to say.
But if they get out of this,
get out of the first round, I think they get to the conference final.
Yeah, I agree with that. I still have Carolina.
I agree.
Wrapping it up. I think they get it done 6. I think it does go the distance for 6 games, but I think it would be. I think it goes 6 games, but I think that there's just a couple games in there where it's like 4-1, and it's just not really entertaining games. Like Carolina's firepower, just maybe it's early on in the series where they go up 2-0.
I think Ottawa's going to shock a lot of people. I think that's what Carolina needs to do. If Carolina ties those first 2 games, once again, I think that's where Ottawa really has an upper hand. If they can just keep that, because Ottawa's a really good home ice advantage.
They are, yeah.
Those fans really get into it in the playoffs. So I don't know. I think this is a really bad matchup for Carolina. I think Boston would have been way better for them. And yeah, I think this is a really tough matchup. I think Ottawa's way better than people are letting on. They're hot right now too.
They are hot. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
So gonna be a good. I think they're all gonna be great. Let's move on right here. The matchup with 2 teams that I was mortified to play potentially in the first round, and we got out of it. But Tampa Bay versus Montreal. This is gonna be a series. I mean, I can't believe these 2 teams are playing in the first round. These 2 teams both have the potential to win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
They have offensive firepower. They have everything. These 2 teams. I cannot believe somehow that we ended up in a better points position than these 2. Like, it's just incredible.
Oh yeah.
These teams are great. So I have nothing bad to say about these teams, and I'm not even going to be able to pick whatever team.
Okay.
Honestly, coming out of this, just know that whatever team gets to the second round has a very good shot of going to the conference final.
Yeah. I'm going to say Montreal's going to take it here. I think that I just like
home ice.
I just like that home ice way more.
Ice.
And I'm not saying Tampa's an easy place to play, because especially in the playoffs it's not. But I think if I evaluate where we're playing, Montreal in the playoffs especially is one of the hardest places to play in the whole league.
I'm not giving, I agree with you. I think the Tampa fans are passionate in the playoffs. I think every fan is. But you look at the individual teams and the fan bases that are in these playoffs, they're dead last.
Yeah.
They're dead last.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't, maybe LA, but their fans get crazy.
They get nuts.
Maybe the only other team that you can, I don't even know. You can't even, all these fan bases
They're
are
very,
crazy.
very loyal. I mean, I guess Utah's new, but
nuts.
they're nuts too.
They're nuts. There's no Floridas in there. There's
there's none of these half.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think Tampa's the bottom of the barrel with the home ice advantage.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to go with Montreal.
Is so good.
Yeah.
So experienced. They've been there so many times.
They do have
John
a lot
Cooper,
of experience.
Been there so many times. I like the Montreal pick though.
Yeah.
But once again, I don't think I can pick.
I get it.
Series. So let's move on.
Wrapping up round 1.
Let's wrap up round 1 with what series is left?
We have the wild card 1, Boston Bruins, visiting the Atlantic
number 1 seed.
Atlantic
Division champions.
Buffalo Sabres.
Wow,
that sounds really weird to say.
That sounds amazing.
I'm not saying it's I'm not
amazing.
giving it a knock. I'm just saying it's a weird thing to say.
What
a turnaround.
I want to just shout out Sabres fans all over. I mean, we've been through everything, and we're here. And we know we're here, but we have more to do. and the team knows that too. Matthias Samuelsson sent a great letter to the fans yesterday. He did.
I love those.
It was a great letter. He said, we always heard it, that this is a hockey town and that when the place is good, like, it's going to be electric. And they were always like, yeah, like, every place is going to be electric when you're good. I mean, you're good, right? But they're like, it is different. Like, he says now he goes to the same diner. He's been going to the same diners for like 4 years, right? And, the 3 years previous, we weren't that good. And he was like, I always talk to the same guy. I go in there 3 times a week, and he's never mentioned anything about my job. And then finally this year, he's been telling me I have good games. He's like, finally. He's like, and I think he knew who I was the whole time. He said we were just so shit. Sorry. We were so bad that he just didn't want to, say anything to me. He's like, so that's the difference that he sees in the city. And that's really cool to see because I think every fan knew, every fan had so much passion, but so much anger. I think that's what was overriding the passion. And now the passion's really coming out. You see it, and I love it. And that game one's going to be electric on Sunday night at 7:30 on MSG. We're going to be having the home broadcast. I'm going to be watching that. And I just do want to point something out, something extra out. Something very cool. When we clinched the Atlantic Division Championship, it was April 13th. And I got a picture sent from my dad. On that day, 12 years before, we were at the Buffalo Sabres game. Me, my dad, and my sisters, and we got a picture with Mr. Rick Generette.
Wow. That's a good picture right there. And Sabretooth.
And one of the coolest moments. It's just a full circle moment right there. Just seeing that.
That's nuts.
12 years ago. And it wasn't, that was 2014, so it was 3 years removed from when we made the playoffs. But just seeing that, it was a really full circle moment, winning the division on that night. And yeah, I'm getting a little into it now, but I feel like this is
it's worth it. No, I'm letting you have your moment.
It's a great feeling to be in the playoffs, but once again, we're in it for a reason, and I think that we have a shot, man. And now it gets real. So now the emotions have to be put aside. They will be there. They will be there, but they're going to
especially when that puck drops.
They're going to help us get
on
juice,
Sunday.
though. I think that's the. Oh, he was saying. Sorry, back to Matthias Samuelsson. He had this great line in there about how he's been envisioning for however long, standing on the ice during the anthem, during the first game with the whole crowd singing the anthem. He's like, I've been waiting for that moment, standing on the ice, looking around and saying, we finally made it. Like, that's going to be the moment it finally sets in for him.
Wow.
And he's like, we've all been waiting for that moment too. We just all haven't said it to each other.
Yeah,
They've all envisioned the same thing, but never said it.
That makes sense.
So he's like, the fact that we all saw it together, but didn't say it, it was kind of just there in our heads is the reason why we're all still here. And the reason why we wanted to get past it with all of us still in this room. So it's a great feeling that the players want to be here and they really want to win for the city too, and they feel really connected. So it's a great feeling, but it's going to be a tough series. So Boston's a really tough team. I was at the one game this year that we did beat them.
Oh, wow.
Fun fact.
That is a fun fact.
But fun fact, I will not be in attendance at any of these games, unfortunately. So nonetheless, I think we have a good shot. I don't know. I think we win.
I'm going to say something that needs to be said about this series.
All right, say it.
And there's one thing the Buffalo Sabres need to do. Because I saw a stat where I was like, holy cow, this is absolutely great. You got to bring out the beer saber.
The beer saber? Yeah.
You guys have 43 wins this year with the beer saber.
Yeah, we do.
I'm like, wow. That's absolutely unbelievable.
It's electric.
I need every game to have it.
It's electric. They have them at home. Shout out Hometown Bar and Grill. They do have them on the walls.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
we need that this weekend or this whole series.
I wish I had one. I do not have one.
I know those things are like. I'm not even a Sabres fan,
they're
but
expensive.
How bad are they?
I don't know, but they're. I think they're just because now they're like a limited item too, so not many people have them.
Yeah.
Well, people do, but you know what I mean. That crowd on Sunday night is going to be electric. If you are not watching the Sabres Bruins, you just as a sports fan, to everybody listening out there, if you're a sports fan, you should be watching that game. I'm just saying that crowd, and tune in early too. Tune in a little bit early. Tune in at 7:15. See the whole festivities. The fans are going to be great outside. I think there's got to be one weekend where I drive up and go watch the game at Canal Side and watch it in the crowd. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know. Hopefully we can get to the second round and maybe I don't have to worry about that for a little bit. But for now, go Sabres. I think we take this one in 7.
I'm
at home in 7.
I also have. I'm gonna pick the Sabres here too. The tough thing that I'm thinking about is I just don't know how many games. That's the hard part. I'm torn between 5 and 7 because I think you guys get it done at home, not in TD. But I don't know if you guys can get it done in 5. You guys would have to win both at home and steal one in Boston. And stealing one in Boston is one of the craziest environments in playoff hockey. I'm gonna say in 7. I'm gonna agree with that. I'm gonna go Buffalo in 7.
All right, so there's the first round right there. All the teams that are in it, all the matchups. I am excited for the. That's an understatement. I am juiced up for these playoffs. I hope you are too.
Yeah, we all hope
quickly, you are. Let's not run through the whole thing. Let's just say Stanley Cup matchup.
Yeah.
Maybe conference final matchup if you want to go there.
Yeah, we'll go conference finals to finals.
All right, you go first.
I'm gonna go with Colorado, and I'm gonna go with. It's so stupid, but I'm gonna go Colorado, Edmonton. It sounds so redundant and so repetitive, but I just cannot count out Edmonton, and I think Colorado's that legit. So I'm gonna go Edmonton, Colorado.
I'm going with Dallas.
Yeah,
I'm going with the Stars.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm doing it. They're hot.
They need it, man.
And they need it. I think this is one of those weird years where you're gonna see some upsets, and I think that the first round series is really gonna not help Colorado. If you think about it, they play 4 games against LA. Dallas goes 7 against Minnesota. I think that's kind of an advantage for. I mean, in a way, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not. But sometimes too much rest.
In hockey, we see too much rest can be a problem.
Maybe too much rest is too much rest, and I think you see it in baseball as well.
Yeah.
The 1-2 seeds the last years in the playoffs has not been as good as those wildcard teams that make it past them because they've already played 3 games.
Yeah.
So, I think in that mindset, I'm gonna go with Dallas getting into the conference final on that side of the bracket.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with Edmonton as well.
Yeah. I like Edmonton. I like their matchups.
I know,
but I like their matchups.
I do too.
It's all about the matchups,
it's
like
the
we
firepower.
say.
I think at some point you got to say, hey, who's the best player, and you say it's Connor McDavid, and there it is.
Yeah.
And I think that Dallas gets the cup final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Edmonton making it past Colorado in mine. I'm gonna have Edmonton go into the cup final. Try to get it done again for Connor McDavid.
And then on the East, starting the Metro side, I'm gonna take Carolina coming out of that in the conference final once again. It's Dallas and Carolina are 2 of those teams that
they're very identical.
Every year they're right there, and they're the same teams. And I think you could pick them. I think I've picked them to be the cup final matchup the last few years.
Yeah.
It's just they've fallen out in the conference final. I think, and not to spoil my next pick, but I think that Carolina does get to the Stanley Cup. Actually, no, they don't. Actually, no, I have a team that's gonna.
I was about to say.
I have a team that's gonna go there.
Okay. For mine, I will also have Carolina representing the Metro. I think that specifically this year is the best matchup personally for them to get to. Not personally. The best hypothetical matchups. I think if they just get past Ottawa, I think they'll probably win the next series in 5. And then they'll be in the conference final.
Yeah.
Now it comes down because I have Buffalo and Montreal. I'm going to take Montreal because, like I said against Tampa, having that playoff atmosphere. And I'm not taking away from Buffalo's playoff atmosphere. I just think that Montreal is that's their blood. So I'm gonna have Montreal and I'm gonna have Carolina, and out of that, to go and face the Edmonton Oilers, I'm going to have the Carolina Hurricanes because there can't be 2 Canadian teams in there. So we'll have I'll have the Oilers and the Hurricanes. And then, do you want me to wait for my pick or want me to just roll with it?
Go with it.
I'm going to have Edmonton take it home. I'm going to have for the first time. So
Edmonton-Carolina was the Stanley Cup matchup, 21 years ago now? At this point, 06. And Carolina won that in 7.
So now they're getting their revenge.
Now they're going to get their revenge.
That's what I'm going with.
I like that. That was also the year that the Sabres potentially almost got to the Stanley Cup final. We lost in the conference finals that year. Fun fact. Wow. That was 20 years ago, actually. Exactly 20 years ago. I'm going to have Montreal go into the cup final.
Over
Carolina.
Oh, you have yourself losing to Montreal?
Yeah.
Okay,
We're a Buffalo team.
Okay.
Second round is not
our
friend.
Okay. I mean, you're honest.
So, and it's in the Clippers' blood, too. I mean, you see how many second rounds we get out there. The Bills, obviously, we know all that. I'm a Yankees fan, somehow translate over them as well. So the second round is not kind to me specifically. And I don't think that the Sabres are going to be any exception to it. I hope they are.
Yeah.
I hope they're the exception. I hope this team specifically is the exception for everything that I've ever asked for in my life.
Like that.
But maybe and I hope I'm wrong, but I have Montreal going to the Cup final to face Dallas.
That's a great one right there.
I think that this is the year that Dallas lifts the trophy.
I would love that.
I think
that would make me truly happy.
I think this is the year. Now, if that series with Colorado, if you flip that, I'm picking Colorado to win.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's my big flip there. But I think Dallas does somehow get it done over Colorado.
Okay.
And then eventually gets it done in the Cup final.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, if you are not a fan of hockey, aka Scotty Williams, thank you. Have a day.
Have a day.
And now we're transitioning over to the NBA.
Yeah.
Which we'll start right in the West. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna click rewind. And click play. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm not a fan of the plan. Okay, everybody knows this. Everybody I talk to, they know I'm not a fan of the plan. But this has been
in the minority too.
I know, I am, and this has been the most fun I've ever watched. Having the plan. This is the best plan to date so far.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you 100%. These are and I think that there's no coincidence that this is the best most even NBA season that we've had in a while too.
It's weird too because when we talk about this NBA season, we have for the first time NBA history with 8 teams with over 55 losses.
Yeah, right. Which I think helps the quality of the top teams. But
even Adam Silver said tanking has been worse this year than we've ever seen it in recent memory.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing some changes to that. We'll definitely have a few more NBA episodes because there's a ton going on with some rule changes and stuff with the NBA. But sorry, Scotty, if you're still even listening at this point. But for everybody else that's still listening out there, we got a great playoffs right here. I agree that plan, for better or for worse, it's good.
I just wish it was only 8-9.
I disagree with that.
I get it. But
I think, and I don't know, everybody's like, oh, the 7 seed should, I don't know, does the 7 seed really ever do anything that the 6 seed doesn't, that the 8 seed doesn't? I don't think so. I think there's way more difference in the 6 to 7 seed than the 7 to 8 seed. So in my mind, I think that
depends which conference we're talking.
And also, people are mad. They're like, oh, the 7 seed shouldn't have to battle their way. It's like they get 2 home games against inferior opponents.
That's true.
And if you're arguing that your 7 seed is so much better, you should be able to win one of those games. Yeah. So I'm sorry, but Suns fans, you should not be so mad. It's all them. They're like, that guy Brawadis?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's the one that's mainly going off on Twitter. He's like, we shouldn't be in this play. It's like, dude, if you think you're that good, you should have beat the Blazers then.
Yeah.
And you should beat the Warriors
tonight.
There should be no question about it then, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. So those people frustrate me. That argue that if you have a certain record, I think it should be the same thing every year. I don't think you should change it to game by game. The first year they did it, they didn't have a 9-10 West plan because the 10 seed was so far down. They just didn't do it. Would have been like the Warriors this year. They said an 8-9 plan and the 7 seed was locked in. That's what they did. It was pretty fun fact about the plan. That was the rules the first year and then they changed it to what it is now. So I like it the way it is now, and I think it's a fine way, especially the way the NBA is structured right now.
Okay, yeah.
If they change some stuff, maybe if they expand, maybe look at changing it, whatever. But I think for now it's fine. So now we have most of the playoff matchups set. The only thing we don't have is the 8 seeds. So maybe we talk about the 8 seed games first.
Yeah.
And then let's go into the playoff bracket after that. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts about the West and East playing games?
I'm loving them so far, like I said. But when it comes to the 8 seed games, I'm not looking forward to one, and the other one I'm really looking forward to. I think you know which one I'm going to talk about because I'm really big on the Charlotte Hornets this year. I'm really excited for that.
Let's talk about the West one first.
Yeah, so I think that these two teams feel like they're always in this damn playing game, and it's so frustrating.
I know.
As an NBA fan, I know. It's truly frustrating.
Some great talents on both teams.
I'm going to go with the Suns.
Yep.
I just think the Warriors are chalk this year. I think that their season's been chalk since Jimmy Butler went out.
So, that's what I thought too. But
yeah. Well, shout out to Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis for helping that.
Wardell Stephen Curry is a different animal. But either way, I don't think this game matters because the Thunder are going
The
to
Thunder
roll
are
over
going
either
to
one.
4-0 any
So
of these teams.
that's why I don't really pay much attention to this game.
On the other side,
let's go to the East.
I like the Hornets.
I like
they are hot. They're the hottest
easy,
team.
They're the easy pick.
They are, and they're the hottest team in the entire National Basketball
The Magic
Association.
are objectively a better team.
They are. They should be.
They're playing at home.
Their team's better.
If you look at their team, they're just better.
They should not
they're
be this
better
bad
coached.
this year.
Everything is stacked against the Hornets in this game, other than the fact that they have
The country,
all the momentum in the world, and everybody's rooting for them in the country. And I think they feel it too.
I think they embrace it.
And I think if they get in that first round matchup against Detroit, that's going to be a series. And I think the Magic are going to be a great series as well against Detroit. I think Detroit's in for a series.
I think so too.
With whoever they play.
I think that whoever they play in the first round might steal a game or two.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
Especially if it's the Magic, because the Magic match up better with them.
The Magic, I mean, I was looking at I was watching the playing game against the Sixers, and I was looking at their team. I'm like, how is...
I don't understand how they're that bad. And not bad, but like
following,
that, I don't know.
Following them throughout the year, like, they've had injuries, but they've also just been playing terribly.
They've
really been losing
genuinely
a lot of games
bad.
that they should be winning, like against Boston.
Yeah.
The last game of the year.
That was crazy.
They should have been hosting that game against Philly, but they tanked it and they lost, or they didn't tank it, but they lost the game. And now they potentially are going to miss the playoffs.
I know,
which is crazy. So tough game here.
I have the Hornets though with all the momentum, and just how I don't know. It just doesn't seem like the Magic are truly a team. It just seems like it's a lot of solo ball. It doesn't seem like they're a
solo
team.
ball.
Solo ball. Shout out UConn.
Ball. Yeah, shout out solo ball. I agree with you. I think there's going to be some changes with the Magic.
Which is crazy because on paper that team should be disgusting.
And I kind of want it to happen because there's some links.
With Desmond Bain or something?
No, with the big guy.
Oh.
With the big guy, PB.
PB
to the LAC potentially if this game goes over. I'm not
PB
even kidding.
To the LAC.
I'm not even
like
kidding.
That.
That's a potential.
I watched the PB live.
He's tough.
I watched him in Syracuse.
Oh yeah, you did. I forgot. Yeah. Then he was really tough.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Let's get out with these series.
Yeah. Let's just roll, man.
We both alluded to it in the West. Thunder are gonna roll over. Yeah, we're gonna go kind of.
Yeah.
We're kind of quickish. Thunder versus whoever they play. Yeah, I agree.
4-0 sweep.
Against
Get the brooms out.
Next series here, Lakers versus Rockets, and this is a series that we're both intrigued.
Yeah,
a lot of them are an intriguing series too. To be fair, this is when they were talking about before the episode. You had an interaction with our Rockets correspondent,
yes,
and our /Colts correspondent Ian Kennedy.
Yeah, I did.
Familiar voice on the show. What was that interaction?
Yeah, I was walking back from class, and he rolls down his window. There's no cars behind him or anything, so we were just having a genuine conversation. Just I was walking, he was driving. I asked him how he was feeling about this series, and he was feeling really good, especially because of the injuries that LA is facing right now. So, with that being said, I'm gonna agree with him there on feeling pretty good. I have the Rockets winning in 5. I think somehow, some way, LeBron finds a way to steal one.
I think so.
In Houston.
Maybe.
I think that Houston starts 2-0. I think LeBron finds game 3 and just goes off. But I think it's kind of chalked from there. Give me the Rockets to go face the Thunder, and that's going to be an interesting series,
That's going to be an interesting series. Wow. I agree with you. I think the Rockets, I don't want to say easily get past the Lakers, but if they take care of business in the first 2-3 games, there should be no question that they should move on to the second round.
Yeah.
And I don't think Kevin Durant's at this point really looking for first round exits at this point in his career. I think, and obviously LeBron is not either, but the team that's set up around Kevin Durant is better than the team that's set up around LeBron
better coach
right now.
Yeah.
Maybe if those two guys come back, you can argue that, but they're not there for the first few games. So I got the Rockets as well. That's going to be a great series in the second round, potentially between the Thunder and the Rockets.
Yeah.
So, now we got the Nuggets, Timberwolves, two teams that I feel like play every year.
And I love the series every single year.
Also
I love
gave us one of the best games in the last few years on Christmas this past year with Anthony Edwards hitting that shot in the corner.
Yeah.
To go to overtime, I'm pretty sure.
I think it was overtime.
To send it to overtime. What a game that was, and what a series this is going to be.
I'm pumped.
Firepower against firepower. Ant versus the Joker. I mean, it's going to be a great series.
Yeah.
Both of these teams have the potential to go to the finals, which is crazy, but also have the potential to get out in the first round or definitely the second round.
Yeah.
With the second round matchup potentially. Who do you like in this series?
This is tough because I think in past years, I am going crazy on saying I got the Timberwolves upsetting the Nuggets. But this Timberwolves team is a lot different than we've seen in past years. And I think with some of these guys having to step up, I don't like that. And I like the more playoff experience, especially in the matchup that Jokic has with Gobert. So, shout out to, I hope you know I was saying Gobert for a joke.
Yeah.
I'm just letting the fans know out there. That's a Flight Reacts moment.
Gobert.
Rudy Gobert. So I'm going to take, Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic. I'm going to take that Nuggets team to move on and lose to, I think, makes it out of the next series too.
I agree. I think the Nuggets do also move on. I don't think the Timberwolves really have enough depth.
I don't think they do it kind of at all.
Yeah, and I think that once again, I feel like this is going to be a weird thing to say, but I think that Ant's time in Minnesota is kind of.
I think it's coming. It's coming down.
I think it's to a lesser extent of what McDavid's feeling in Edmonton. Kind of the same situation. Last 2 years they've been in the conference finals and lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they had Cat for one of them. For one of them,
last year
traded him, thinking it might be, maybe a better situation. They did get back with some of those pieces that they traded for Cat. Almost saw each other in the finals last year. Did not happen. But anyway, it's kind of the point of we got to where we think we can go. Can we get to
over
the
hump.
next step?
Yeah.
And if you lose in the first round this year, you lost to the Nuggets, but at the same time, were you really getting past the Spurs? Were you really getting past the Thunder at that point? And were you even going to win whoever's coming out of the no.
Yeah.
So maybe Ant needs to take a step back and say, hey.
He's got to reflect on what he wants to do with his career.
Either you go get me somebody else that's not Rudy Gobert, or I'm going to be out of here.
That's facts.
And that also is another link to the LAC.
Yeah.
Not Ant, but somebody teaming up with Ant.
Okay.
In Minnesota, which is interesting. That could be an interesting pairing right there if that comes to be. Let's talk about the next matchup: Spurs Trailblazers, the LaMarcus Aldridge Bowl.
Yeah.
I love this matchup right here, but I do think that the Spurs take it in 4.
I do too, but I'm happy for the Trailblazers for being back in the playoffs.
Yeah, whatever.
Now let's go on to the East.
Yeah.
Or you want to do the West and then the East and see who?
No, let's go to the East.
All right. So
actually, let's do the West. Yeah.
So I have Thunder Rockets. I'm gonna take the Thunder in 6 games.
I agree.
I like that series a lot.
I think 5.
5.
I think that the wheels fall off for the Rockets, as they do with a lot of Kevin Durant teams.
Yeah.
He's gonna be chucking a lot of shots in a few of those games, trying to
be
like going back in OKC.
Yeah.
It's not the same OKC team. You're gonna get locked up, kid.
Yeah.
KD.
You're gonna get locked up, kid.
Nuggets versus Spurs is the next matchup. Oh my God.
I have the Spurs winning it in 7.
This series would be insane.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Nuggets. I don't care.
Really?
I'm taking the Nuggets.
Okay.
I mean, the Spurs are a beatable team.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm big on the Spurs this year.
Yes, Wemby is a great player. But what did the Spurs do best at is protecting the paint.
That's true.
The Nuggets, arguably one of the best things that they do is spread the floor. Don't think that's a good matchup for the Spurs on that side of the floor.
That makes sense.
And when you're playing a Jokic, not even just talking about the people that are playing on spreading it out, and Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon if he's healthy, and Christian Braun if he's there.
Yeah.
They got guys. I mean, they have guys. So I'm going to take the Nuggets to get back and potentially avenge the Western Conference from the OKC Thunder.
Okay. Yeah, so Western Conference Finals, I have Thunder Spurs. I'm going to go Spurs. I'm that big on the Spurs this year. I think that the one team in this entire Western Conference that could dethrone the reigning champions is the San Antonio Spurs.
I was not expecting that. I'm taking the Thunder over the Nuggets. They're too good. That's simply put. They're too good of a team. I mean, I've watched a few of their games, and it's like whoever they put in, they're kind of like toying with the other team. It's like funny. Like it's like they have 7 guys who like legitimately are NBA start, like third, like you could be a third or fourth player on a championship team. They 7 of those guys. Like you don't get that ever. It's unbelievable the team building that they have. And if they're all healthy too, which it seems like they are going into this playoff run, I don't think anybody's touching them before the finals. And the finals are a whole different animal. So anything we saw it last year, they hit the 7 with the Pacers. Nobody thought that would happen. Everybody was like, oh, it might be a sweep. Went the full distance. So I think when the finals, anything can happen. But I think in these quote regular playoff series, the conference finals, not a regular play. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
though? I think they get out of the West.
Okay. Yeah. Now we'll swing it over to the East. So I have Pistons, Hornets. I'll have the Pistons winning 5 in that one.
I have Pistons Magic in this matchup. I would love it. I love it if the Hornets could make it. And I think that would be. I think the Hornets would steal a game.
A game, yeah.
A
game at home.
I think the Magic still 2, maybe 3, and maybe this goes the distance to 7. But I do think that the Pistons edge them out and go to the second round. I think it's gonna be close though.
Next series we have 4-seed Cavs against the 5-seed Raptors, and I love this matchup.
Love this matchup. 2 of my favorite Eastern Conference teams going at it. These two closest teams that I have in you
geographically.
Also have geographically.
Well,
so actually, no, the Celtics might be closer.
So I think the Celtics are the Celtics and the Knicks are the closest to me.
It's funny actually
because they're both around 4 hours away from me.
I have the Cavs. I really like the Cavs. In general, in the playoffs, I love Harden. I love that team. I think that they are built to beat a lot of the teams that are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're one of those teams that they, you know the Bills were saying for years, they're like, oh, we got to build ourselves to beat the Chiefs. I think the Cavs are built, if everything is working out for them, which is not has not been the formula, but now with Harden, you never know. They have so many different ways to beat teams.
I know.
So many different ways. They've 3 legit scorers that they can go to. They have great defense. The guard defense is not great, but they have guys that can sub in and do that. They have great shooting, great playmaking. They have it all.
Yeah.
I think the Cavs are a very underrated team in the East right now.
I
pick
agree.
them in 5 games against a very good Raptors team as well. Yeah.
I'm going to pick the Cavs, but I'm going to pick them in 6. I think they shock them at up in there in Toronto. I like you said, I think they're highly underrated. I think they just have to hone down and find ways to win basketball games. And I think the Raptors matchup is the way that they can find ways to win.
I will say this though, something that is like an underrated part of this, which is a factor, is the crowd. Obviously, Toronto was a great playoff atmosphere.
It is.
Anyway, this year the Leafs are not in the playoffs though.
I didn't think about that. So they're all in.
So the people that we're gonna be spending money on Leafs playoff tickets are like, oh, I might as well go to the Raptors game now.
Yeah.
And I'll cheer for them. So you're gonna have some. I mean, you're already gonna have some rowdy fans, but now you're gonna have more people that want to be at the game. So I think it's gonna be a little bit more of an electric atmosphere in Toronto than. And also, it's the first time that they're back in the playoffs in a little bit. I think maybe since their championship run.
Well, since the bubble.
In the bubble, yeah.
Because the Celtics play them in the bubble.
Not Toronto though.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
Since the 2019 run,
right,
they have not been home in the playoffs.
It's going to be an electric atmosphere in Toronto, so you can't take that lightly. I do think they take 1 or 2 games in Toronto, but I think overall Cleveland gets out of this one.
Okay, yeah, I do too.
Knicks Hawks, a familiar series that we're
like a weird
used to seeing.
Weird one. I'm just gonna go straight to the gun. Give me the Knicks and give me in 5 games.
I think Knicks in 6. I think the Hawks team is really good.
They're underrated too.
They're gonna give them some really. I wouldn't doubt if the Hawks win the series.
Okay.
Honestly, I think the Knicks are at a point also where a lot of guys could get moved this year.
I think so too.
In the offseason, if things don't go right, especially in the series.
Kind of like where the Celtics were last year.
Tight knit team, and they're a pretty young team, and they know that they have a a good core, and they're like, hey, we could really kind of like how the Pacers were. They know we can build something.
Okay, that's a good analogy.
And I think they could be. I think they could be that surprise team out of the East. That does potentially go to the distance.
Wow.
Potentially. I'm saying they do have the mold to do it.
Okay. No, that makes sense. I get it, yeah.
Depending on certain things that happen and, some matchups, but I do think they're on the bad side of the bracket.
Okay.
Do think they're on the bad side. They would have 2 tough matchups in a row to get past, and potentially a third as well.
Yeah.
But I do think that they're one of those teams. The Pacers also had a similar path. So,
yeah.
That's what I'm going to equate them to. I'm not saying they are the Indiana Pacers of 2025, but the Hawks are nothing to take lightly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They're coming up on
your team.
Yeah.
The Boston Celtics facing against one of your least favorite teams.
My least favorite team.
Your least favorite team, the Philadelphia 76ers. And I was rooting for the Sixers in that game only for
see them.
Only for the fact of the Boston-Philly rivalry would be way better than the Boston-Orlando rivalry.
Because we saw it last year. And
yeah. Whatever. It was whatever.
Yeah.
Vooch would be cool against his former team, though.
Yeah, that would.
But also Vooch against his former team in this series, though. Vooch was a 76er to start his career.
That's true. I'll let you go first.
I think the Celtics take this in 4.
Okay.
You guys are a really good team.
I just want to say, a lot of people wrote us off to be a 6 or less seed this year, and Joe Mazzulla, I don't know. I love Bickerstaff. I think he's a great coach. I really do. Joe Mazzulla is coach of the year, and you got argue with a wall. Like, come on. I think the coach of the year has really propelled this team to be great, and I think with JT coming back and how he's been playing, it's been great. A lot of people have been kind of controversial about how he's taking touches away. Listen, it's Jason Tatum, okay? Give me the Boston Celtics in 4 games. We're going to wrap it up. Especially without
Sunday
Embiid.
At 1, right?
Sunday at 1 o'clock. So,
wow, Boston fans are going to have a long day watching games.
Yeah.
They're going to get to go to the Celtics game and then go drive home, eat some dinner, watch them lose to the Sabres at 7:30.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think the Celtics do take that series. So, moving on to the second round of the East, I have Pistons versus Cavs.
Okay, I also do, yeah.
You do as well. I have the Cavs winning that series. I really like this Cavs team. I think this Piston team is still too young, and they've been the 1 seed for too long. They're too comfortable.
Okay.
And I think the Cavs are hungry. They have some vets on the team in Harden. Really want to win. And I think that hungriness and that hunger is one of the most important factors in the NBA playoffs. I think the Cavs take it. And the rivals, too.
Yeah,
so.
They are. I'm going with the Pistons. I think that the wheels don't fall off yet. I think that they're too good to lose in the second round of the Cavs that have been, to be honest, underperforming and underwhelming, if that makes sense.
No, I agree with you. They've been very, Donovan Mitchell has not been great in the playoffs the last few years, and whatever. I will say this, though. Harden does raise your floor.
He does.
In any scenario. I know he's not, he has a limited ceiling, though. That's been his problem. His ceiling's been the conference finals. So I'm not saying they go all the way, but they have the potential to really upset some teams. And I don't think the Pistons are really a team that's you're looking at these teams, you're like, oh, the Cavs are a worse team. They're pretty even.
They are pretty even.
And if not, I think, in my mind, I think the Cavs are better. So
all right, yeah.
I think that's going to be a great series, though, nonetheless. That would be great to see those two teams play each other.
That would be. And then do we both have Knicks?
I have the Knicks, yeah.
Okay,
but
so Knicks,
I really
Celtics.
intended. I think I'm going to take the Hawks.
Okay, so you're going to go. I'll let you go first then.
I don't know what it is about the Hawks team, but I think they match up just so well against the Knicks. And I think the Knicks I can't remember if they tanked the spot or whatever happened where somebody was supposed to get the 3 or the Raptors were supposed to get the 6 or something. And the Hawks were supposed to get the 5. And then the Hawks fell down or something like that happened, I think, where the Hawks fell into the lap basically of the Knicks. Maybe they wanted to. And I think it's going to work out for them, actually. I think I am going to switch my pick. So I'm going to have Hawks versus Celtics. Another team who you do not like, the Hawks. But Trae Young is not on the team.
But he's gone, so it's a little bit different.
Trae Young's not on the team. But you got a new animal in Jalen Johnson.
I know,
This guy is
he's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. He's one of the newer stars in the league, and he does everything. Dude does everything.
He does.
He's so good. That's why I really have a lot of faith. And the Hawks team is chippy too. They're a very chippy
They're a
team.
physical
I think
team.
they can. And I don't know. It's in the Hawks' DNA to go in New York and beat the Knicks.
It is.
Nonetheless, I do have the Celtics beating them in the second round. I think it maybe goes to 6 or 7.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably 6. But maybe 7.
Okay.
I do have the Celtics going to the conference finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers. A rematch of
the second round.
No, the conference finals in 2018.
Well, yeah, but it was the second round in 2024.
And I guess I was thinking conference finals wise.
But yes.
The block.
Jason Tatum.
One of the blocks.
Jason Tatum. What? The block?
Yeah, didn't he get blocked by LeBron?
No, he dunked on LeBron.
Or he dunked on LeBron. That's what I meant. He dunked on LeBron.
He got blocked by Bam.
Oh, that.
In the bubble.
Yeah.
Game 1. That was awful.
The finger, yeah.
Anyways, we gotta get away from that game.
I have the Celtics going out of the finals against the Cavs. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I think they take it the distance though. I think James Harden is gonna have a playoffs to remember. I think that this was his mindset. And let me just say this: I watched the first half of this year with Harden, so it's not like I've been a year removed from watching him or whatever. He's still legit player, and if Donovan Mitchell can just turn it around a little bit, and I think maybe Harden can be that key that can really get him to go into the playoffs, to take some pressure off him too.
That's
honestly,
true. A lot of pressure
scoring wise. And I think Evan Mobley's going to be great. I think Jared Allen's going to be I think the whole team's going to be great. I think they're going to make it far, but I think that Celtics team is just a little step above them. So I got your Celtics going to the NBA Finals again.
Yeah. Well, I have the Celtics beating the New York Knicks in the second round. I think that there's a lot of bad blood with the guys who were on this team last year, and it's a lot more of a hungry team than what we had last year. The Knicks were a more hungry team because they never had the taste of even the conference finals in a long time. Boston Celtics had the championship taste the year before. Now, you're removed from that championship taste. Brand new identity of a team. Coach Mazzulla is going nuts, especially going back to MSG, where Jason Tatum just had his injury. That's going to be emotional. He did have that game recently, but in the playoffs would be a different setting. Give me the Boston Celtics in 6 games against the New York Knicks. And then I have them playing the Pistons in the conference finals. I feel bad that's 1 and 2 on both sides, but I've been reasonable, I guess. Now I'm going to use your exact logic you used against the Cavs, where the wheels fall off, too unexperienced of a team. Maybe next year, not this year. Give me the Boston Celtics to go face the San Antonio Spurs in the finals. Both number 2 seeds, though.
I'm taking the Thunder over the Celtics.
That makes sense. I get it.
I can't. They're too good. Once again, it's like the Celtics were like the prototype of like how the Thunder thought to build their roster.
Yeah.
Go get that defensive wing in Caruso. Like, go get that stretch bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like all the
it really was.
So it's the team by committee, I guess, is what I'm saying.
And they have a first round pick after this, a lottery pick.
Well, it's gonna be hopefully high, and hopefully we'll get number 5. So I mean, whatever. Honestly, I could care less. I could care less if the Thunder get it. Does. It's not gonna. They're gonna win next year anyway. Not whatever. Everybody's so whatever, guys. It would
be the first back-to-back champion since 2018.
Yep.
Which, in my prediction, I don't have that at all.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with the same DNA that's been for the past 8 years.
Oh. You're going really new DNA, or you're going a little bit of dipping into some old DNA?
Well, I'm saying DNA that like we don't have a repeat champion.
No, right, but I'm saying for your pick, are you dipping into some old DNA, or are you sticking with the theme of the one-time champions?
I'm going back. Both number 2 seeds.
Yeah.
There's a problem that the Boston Celtics have that San Antonio can really, really do well, and it's not having an answer for Victor Wembanyama. What the Celtics do have is an answer for every other guy on the team. Give me the Boston Celtics in 7 games. And the final score of Game 7 will be 111-107. And Jason Tatum will win Finals MVP.
You guys really do not have an answer for Wemby.
No, not at all.
Thinking about it, not many people do.
No, I mean we have Neemias Queta, which size-wise would probably match up the best, and that is an awful matchup. It's an awful matchup. Wemby will have 40 a game in that finals.
The only it's like Jokic, yes, he's Jokic. Chet, because he's lanky and he's one of the best defenders in the league. Other than that, I mean, maybe Jalen Duren. But we're splitting hair. Like, that's Jalen Duren.
Yeah.
Maybe Mobley or Jared Allen, maybe if the Cavs get there. But who?
Nobody.
If the Spurs do get there, I would not doubt. I love the Celtics pick, but I'm saying if the Spurs do get there,
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah,
for somebody
that's what I'm
East
saying
to match up, unless it's maybe the Knicks.
Because they have Cat,
Because they just have size overall.
They have size, yes.
I think they're.
Jared Allen, if they make it there, I kind of like his matchup there too. But I don't know, it's a weird
But it's
scenario.
I like the matchup. It's not I love the matchup.
Yes.
So, part of the reason why I have the Thunder, why I have Nuggets beating the Spurs, but I would have also had the Thunder beating them. But I do love the Celtics once again getting to the mountaintop.
And you know what? If that happened, I would cry.
Yeah, I know. I bet.
From what was supposed to be a wash of a season.
Hey, maybe the Sabres
anything can happen.
Maybe the Celtics will do it.
That would be the greatest summer of all time for us right there.
That'd be a great June. You definitely have to drink a few beverages after that together.
Yeah.
But until that time comes, thank you for listening as always. Make sure you are following us on our socials.
Out of Bounds Podcast, but a dot between every single word.
Stay tuned for a few more podcasts throughout the semester. We have
a couple more weeks. We're exactly a month away from today.
A couple more weeks, and we got a few more good episodes, so stay tuned for those. Gav, you got anything?
Oh, I love playoff time. It's great. Get your popcorn, get your beverages, get everything ready. Enjoy it. Saturday, Sunday's going to be a good time to be alive.
Going to be a great time. Go Sabres.
Go Seas.
And have a day.
Have a day.